Ollie was enjoying his morning coffee when he got a phone call from the lady down the hall. Now, she's lovely, but she does often call him for things that aren't quite the things you would need a private detective for. This is one of those cases. Now, Ollie didn't mind because he wasn't just a private detective. He was also her neighbor. He said, Ollie, I wonder if you could help me. I'm totally baffled. My doorknob has disappeared. I said, yeah, sure. Give me a couple minutes. I can come over. Okay. I'll be waiting. Thank you. So I finished his coffee and then headed on over. Knocked on the door and she answered the door and she was still in her bathrobe. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need me to come back?" I said, "No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm wearing PJs under the bathrobe. It'll be fine." I said, "Okay, sure. So tell me what happened." I said, "Well, we have these older doorknobs in the building." I said, yeah, they're kind of interesting. Because throughout most of the building, not on the main doors of the apartments, but on the interior doors inside the apartments, they had the old, spindle-style doorknobs. And, well, they're cute. And they're nice and historic looking, but they do sometimes fall off. The set screw gets loose or something. I said, okay, so the doorknob fell off. What's the mystery? I say, well, it's gone. I said, it's gone. I said, yeah, it's the strangest thing. I was, so it's the door between the living room here and the bedroom area. And, yeah, I was coming out this morning. It's already outside of the door. And I was letting go of the doorknob when it came loose and the handle I was holding on to and the spindle came off in my hand. And that happens, it's no big deal. I don't even bother to call the landlord anymore, the superintendent rather. I've got a little screwdriver, I can fix that myself. I said, yeah. But it was gone. I didn't even ever hear it hit the ground. Usually there's that bang when it hits the ground, but I didn't ever hear it. I said, that's weird. I said, yeah. Now let's look around. There's this door right here. And I looked and there wasn't that door there with, just one handle and the spindle and no other handle. It was the outside handle, toward the living room that was missing. I said, okay, so there's the door. And I got down low and I looked all around to see if maybe it had rolled, underneath. She had kind of a entertainment center next to it. Didn't see it there. Didn't see it anywhere around on the ground. So we started looking further, looking underneath the couch, underneath the coffee table. He looked over by the coats. Thought maybe it hit the ground and she kicked it by accident and didn't notice it. So when it fell, did it land on your foot or anything? I'm trying to figure out why it wouldn't make a noise. I said, no, I would have definitely noticed if it had hit my foot, but it didn't hit my foot. It was like a magic trick, except that it was me doing it and nobody else here. I said, like a magic trick? I said, yeah, it's very strange. I mean, it's not a big, huge deal, I mean, if I really can't find it, I'll just call the superintendent and ask him for a new one, but it's vexing. I said, it is vexing. Let's think about it. Let's think about it as if it were a magic trick. Oh, okay. Well, I do love magic tricks. I said, let's think about it as if we were the magician, though, not the audience. Oh, okay. What do you mean? What if we wanted to do this as a magic trick? How could we make the doorknob disappear? And how could we make the doorknob disappear without making a sound? Well, I guess if you were fast enough, you could grab it and kind of palm it and disappeared down your sleeve? I said, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And I guess you could have it be a fake doorknob. It was made out of something soft so it didn't bounce, and then you could kick it out of the way with your foot. I said, yeah, that would make sense. Or I guess if you were really fast and got in just the right position, I feel like you could knock it off and slip it into a pocket without anybody noticing. I said, oh, hold on a second. That has potential. Oh, what do you mean? Well, if you'll excuse me. I said, oh, what do you mean? Where are you going? No, I mean if you'll pardon me. I said, oh, well, sure, what's up? And he reached over, and he reached into her pocket. And down in her pocket, he rooted around and said, oh, my. Okay, what are you doing? And then all at once, Ollie pulled his arm back out of the pocket, and there in his hand was a doorknob. I said, oh, the doorknob is in my pocket? How would it? I don't understand, Ollie. I said, I was thinking about it, and if you were gonna disappear it, one thing you could do, if you were coming around, is you could position yourself with that pocket hanging out, such that when it came off the spindle, it fell right into your pocket. And if you did it in one smooth motion, the audience might never notice. I said, oh, yeah, I guess that would work. You'd have to have your pocket just right. Well, I said, but look at your pocket. In both pockets of the bathrobe, they kind of stuck out. Perfect for catching a doorknob, you're right. Oh, and you know what? I bet I was coming around, yeah. I would have been turning my whole body as I came around the door. So maybe my pocket swung right over there just at the right time. And because I was moving, I didn't notice the impact. Well, Ollie, that's quite remarkable. I'm not sure I could do that magic trick again on purpose, but I think you're right. I think there's no mystery here, just a little bit of accidental magic, Ollie said. Well, glad that's settled. Hold on one second. She walked over to a little case, kind of by her coats and hats, and pulled out a small screwdriver. And she loosened the set screw in the doorknob, set it back in place, tightened the set screw, and gave it a little test, and put the screwdriver back and said, all right, that's all settled. Well, Ollie, thank you so much for coming by. I made scones. Would you like a scone? I said, ooh, I would love a scone. So he sat down, and they had breakfast together and had a lovely chat. And that was the case of the missing doorknob.